Welcome to As the Tea Steeps. Welcome to my white kitchen, my white shirt, and I'm white. Today we are going to be tasting and reviewing one of my favorite brands. This is Harney&Sons Provence, which is new to me. I'm not sure if this was, if this is a limited edition or not, but full disclaimer, I've already had this. I've had this for a week now, and I think it's halfway done. It's delicious, but I just thought I'd talk with you about this one. The water's already brewed. I am waiting for it to cool down a little bit. I don't have a thermometer. Harney says to pour 175 degree water over it. We all know that boiling water is 212 Fahrenheit, so I'm just waiting for it to come down a little bit so I don't burn the tea leaves. White tea and green tea are both much more delicate than black tea leaves. So you do want to brew a little bit under boiling for the optimal cup of tea. So I've waited a few minutes. We'll see what happens. I'm just doing it by feel here. So I've got this crappy kettle from Target. It's $20. It does just fine. You know, it's got one setting, boiling or not. And it's been all right. But I'm going to set my timer for 3 minutes. And I'm going to be utterly terrified when the timer goes off, because this one's loud. I've put it on the lowest setting, and it freaks me out every time. So you know what? I'm going to move it over here. So I've been enjoying Harney&Sons tea for many years now. The first tea of theirs I tried was the hot cinnamon spice, and it was the first cinnamon tea I'd ever tasted that actually tasted like cinnamon. It tasted like something. And I know that's a common gripe about tea, is that it doesn't taste like anything. But I venture to say that if you don't like tea, you probably haven't had a good cup of tea from a good tea maker. They deliver on every flavor component that they list in their ingredients. White tea base, which means that it has some caffeine, not a ton, 30 to 60 milligrams per cup. It has lemon, apricot, lavender, vanilla, and honey. And yeah, I agree with all of that. And I'll kind of give you an idea of what the most, pervasive flavor is in the tea. But you know, tea is subjective. Tea is like wine. You kind of just like what you like. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. Sons comes from, I want to say, Connecticut. Or rather, they have a shop in Connecticut. There are only 2 shops in the country. One is in New York, the other's in Connecticut. And you know what? I'll tell you this. If you visit the one in Soho, the people that work there are not the friendliest. Okay? So just be prepared for that. I think it's a lot of NYU students getting paid minimum wage. And, you know, I feel bad for them, but I don't know, if I were in their shoes, I think I'd really enjoy. There it is. All right. That wasn't too bad. So I'm going to remove this bag, which is chock full of full tea leaves. That's always a good sign in a tea bag, or tea sachet as these are called. If you see actual tea leaves, you know, if it looks like leaves, you know, it's a good sign. All right, let me dump this. Never squeeze your tea bag. Fine teas since what does that say? 1983? Oh, that's not that long. I think that says 1983. That is the tiniest print I've ever seen. Yes, I tried Harney and Sons for the first time years ago. The hot cinnamon spice is delicious. It's wonderful in the fall time, when it's cold out. It is a black tea base, so it will have more caffeine if you are susceptible to the jitters. I know I am, but that happens more with coffee, not so much with tea, which is one of the reasons why I prefer tea to coffee. What else? Other flavors from Harney and Sons that I recommend. Paris is a really popular one. Also, their pearl jasmine tea. Unbelievable. The Victorian London fog is delicious. I do just wish they would sell the sachets without you having to buy some like commemorative container for it. It's unbelievable. Oh, the other cool thing about the Harney and Sons store is if you go in, I think you are allowed 2 or 3 tastings on the house of any tea. They have this incredible wall of their loose leaf teas on the back, and it's like a library of tea where they just have a ladder that, you know, slides over, and they'll grab you the tea and they'll steep it for you. They put a little timer next to it. They're legit over there. Are they surly? Yes, but they know what they're doing. Then in the back of the shop, they have a cafe area. You can order from any of the teas. You can get iced versions of the teas. And then you can even do a little scone with them. Their scones are okay. Not the best scones I've ever had, but they serve them with lovely jam and clotted cream, and it's delightful. And most importantly, they have a bathroom that you can use, because if you're drinking an entire flight of tea, you're gonna have to pee. All right, I think we can taste this. Hi, Nick. Yeah, I definitely get a lavender at the top, for sure. I don't know if this is the power of suggestion or not, but I am getting apricot and lemon on the finish. And maybe some vanilla and honey just to sort of round it out, like they're in the background a little bit. You know, white tea is a beautiful base to put lots of delicate flavors over the top, so I highly recommend it. Happy tea drinking.